Good afternoon on what is a cold, bright but changeable afternoon. It is Friday the 26th of November. I am back in the reading nook with a nice hot cup of tea and some parcels to box. This one is for Orcus via me, and it has come from Dan Barker. So Dan Barker via my friend Darren. So I want to thank them for getting it to me. So I'm going to do an unboxing of this parcel just to check to see that it's alright. That's my excuse, and then I will reseal it. Let's just get the knife underneath there. Try to see if I can. I'm trying to stab myself. So, what we've got is secret societies for Sourcebook of Occult Organisations for the Nephilim Game Master by Kenneth Hite. We see Nephilim is a role-playing game, came out in the 90s from Chaosium. I basically did try and play it once, not sure we necessarily got very far with it, but okay, and I've now got a cat who is not ours come back to visit. He's obviously got an interest in secret societies, haven't you? So it is secret to deny, because it is impossible to conceal that a great part of Europe is covered by the network of these secret societies, just as the superficie of the earth is covered with railroads. Benjamin Disraeli, 14th of July 1856. Since the fall of Atlantis, the secret societies have grown due to Nephilim patronage of the human ambition. Many of them have learned to hate the Nephilim. Worse yet, many have learned to fight the Nephilim. These invisible empires rise and fall in combat, even more deadly by its secrecy, made even more deadly by its secrecy. This source book is for the Nephilim Game Master to use in devising suitable antagonists for his players. Nephilim, despite their mystical power, are surprisingly easy to thwart, given humans with sufficient occult knowledge, resources and will. Many a Nephilim has found itself impossibly at the mercy of a small band of humans armed with the proper information. Within secret societies you can find this information. It details secret organisations, their representative numbers, spells and secret and special techniques, maps of their quarters or other significant places. I hope you can find, here you can find out how to create a homunculus, activate auricula, or learn the special solar car awakening techniques of the Mithridates. Excuse my pronunciation there. Okay, so let's have a look. This was published in 1995 by Chaosium, so it is 25 years old, and would have been one of the few other role-playing games that Chaosium would have been publishing during the 90s that wasn't called Cthulhu. So what have we got? Very ordinary kind of layout. Basically got contents and introduction. We've got an author's note down there, Kenneth Hite. Before we go into deep background of Hermeticism and Gnosticism, both useful source materials, and essentially that's something that Ken Hite has written about since various supplements and books. We go into Rosicrucianism, another. Basically, these are all tied into the secret societies that would have come about definitely by the time of the 18th century. So yes, including Masonry. So that's what we're dealing with: the nature of the beast, the organisation, the cell, the lodge, and the pyramid. And this kind of sort of like, I suppose in some ways, sort of like 20 years or so prefigures his conspiracy work on things like Ken Hite's on Knight's Black Agents. So here we have recruitment, communication, recognition, because essentially that's a role-playing game dealing with vampire conspiracies. And again, I mean, this isn't, but but basically you can see sort of like the creation and organisation of conspiracies would feed, his knowledge of that would feed into later role-playing games. And we have enforcement of that conspiracy. Always got to keep your secrets, otherwise it's no longer a conspiracy. And then mysteries and cults, conspiracy hunters. Of course, mysteries and cults. Essentially, we're looking at the inner secrets of what and their knowledge. And we even have an organisation of a cult or secret organisation. And again, you look at that, and it's the sort of thing that would sort of like be parodied by the Illuminati card game as well, just under the surface. So as you would expect, here to pop up the Bavarian Illuminati. And we've got actually some NPCs here. Quite nice illustrations as well, thumbnail illustrations of the style that you wouldn't normally expect to see in a Chaosium book. Certainly not of the period. And an actual location for essentially for the organisation. It has its own church there. Knights of the Golden Fleece. And essentially, you know, Height is drawing from history, but weaving that into the fiction of these various conspiracies, and setting everything up. You know, basically giving the game master everything that she needs to run these organisations against her player characters, whether or not essentially against them, and sort of like as organisations that they might be involved in. And we also have the Periode de Sion. Okay, yeah, we've got to have that, as laughable as it is. You know, it, Holy Blood, Holy Grail, Dan Brown and all. Thankfully, you know, not quite in here. Too early for that. So, yeah, lots of organisations in here, just under the surface. And then we have, things take an even darker turn where we have the Fuel Bruderschaft. Yeah, no, okay, definitely the bad guys. And then from the shadows, we actually take a little bit of a turn here and go left into the mythos with the inclusion of Cult des Ghouls. Basically fascinating. Basically one of the sort of like not the key texts or tones in Call of Cthulhu, but one of the signature ones. Obviously, it deals with ghouls, and also figures in, quite importantly, in From the Shadows or campaign for Call of Cthulhu. Then we go look at the Kabbalistic Order of the Rose Cross. So lots of information on cult and secret organisations, secret societies. I think this is, in generally, if you wanted a source book on these organisations, you could access as a gamer. This is probably very good. You can find a copy so we also have ISIS, you know, and bring that to your secret, bring that into your conspiracy role-playing game of choice. And then we have Wolf in the Fold, and this deals with the mysterious figure of the Comte de Saint-Germain, and again Kite has written about him several times, most notably in the Suppressed Transmissions. If you've got copies of those two books, keep them, they are brilliant. And because Height is such a good writer, it even comes with a good bibliography. And we've got to the end of the book, and obviously there's an index to come. So we've got a few pages there. And the first off we've got is, Holy Blood, Holy Grail, which was such a big hit when it came out in the early 80s. I've got a copy of it somewhere. I have read it, and yeah, it's all very it's all very sort of like here's this mysterious thing. It's all very convincing, and if you want to believe in it, so yeah, decent bibliography for 1995. It would be interesting to see this updated, but of course unlikely to happen. And of course we've even got a bit of fiction here, so Umberto Eco with Foucault's Pendulum, and others, and the Illuminati trilogy, the Illuminatus trilogy by Robert Anton Wilson and Michael Shea. Carrot sheep, because let's not forget that this is a gaming supplement, and quite a detailed index. So yeah, that's Secret Societies, and it's a supplement for Nephilim. Role-playing game I've never really had a chance to look at. I suppose when it comes around in a few years' time, I will give it a good review. Don't think I'm going to get a chance to look at this in any further detail before it goes off to the States. Although I'll try and track down my copy of this. In the meantime, anyway, thanks again for watching another unboxing of Nook. Hope you've enjoyed this. If you have, please click the like button down below. And if you've got any comments or feedback, please feel free to post those. I do take the time to read them and respond. And lastly, if you want to be alerted to yet more unboxings in the Nook, where you will see me with a parcel and a book, which I will unbox and talk about to the best extent of my knowledge for roughly 10 minutes or so, accompanied of course by a nice hot cup of tea, and sometimes a cat who is not ours, then please do hit that subscribe button. Thanks again for watching, hope you've enjoyed it. I'll be back in soon with another unboxing of the Nook. Bye for now.